Hey, good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Check Out Majors with Grace. I am your host, Grace Brummett, and I have a special guest here. My first guest that is a graduate student.
Yay!
So, yay! I am so glad to have you on this podcast. I've never done a graduate student, but I look up to you so much, honestly.
Thank you.
Ever since you came to the radio, I've been like, "Ah, she's so cool.
Aww.
You're so cool," like genuinely.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So I know a lot of people already know you, obviously. They probably know you from like your amazing podcast, International Student or International Studies, right? I love your podcast. I love that it's so like inclusive.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I feel like we need that more in this world.
Yippee.
Of course. But would you like to introduce yourself?
Awesome. So
Yes.
I am a grad assistant at RAM Radio, and I do shows for international students and studies. And currently I'm doing my master's in business data science and analytics. I graduated in my undergrad in Korea, which was Dongdeok Women's University. I majored in English, and I double majored in global MICE, which is industry of event planning.
Ooh. So, why did you choose your major?
For master's,
Yes.
well, to be honest, I think I really did not really have much choice because I do want to do like marketing industry in the future, but my main strength is editing and marketing and creating like digital files and everything content wise. But I had to choose some majors under STEM majors, like engineering or technology or science or whatever looks something mathematics and science and cool, you know?
Yeah.
If I did not choose a STEM major after my graduation, I would get only 1 year of OPT, which is a working visa. But if I do choose STEM major after my graduation from my master's, I would get 2 to 3 years of working visa. So, yeah, it was kind of an option for me to do STEM.
Okay, so just more of the working visa. That's
Right.
basically why you chose it. Okay. So, could you kind of explain to me what the process is in getting a working visa, please?
Of course. So if you are a F1 student in the United States, you, after 2 semesters, I believe 2 or 3 semesters, I think it depends on the school, I believe, but most of them after like a year later, that would be like 2 or 3 semesters later. So after that term, once you're done with your exchange student program, you automatically get your working visa.
Oh.
So it's not a visa, it's called OPT.
Okay.
And OPT is a shortened word for optical training, optical practical something training. And you get to have a 1 year to work for a company that is related to the major that you graduated
Okay.
or studied. But if you go to STEM, then I get more years.
Okay. Did you have to pay anything for that? Or-
Definitely. It's couple $100 for
Really?
just applying for OPT. And it takes quite a little while for you to wait to be approved before you work. So, yeah, it's a really hard process.
Oh my gosh, how long did it take you to get approved?
For mine, it didn't take long because I applied like almost first or the second person at ASU to apply for OPT
Okay.
last year. So it didn't take me too much time. I think it was only like 2 months.
Okay. It usually takes much longer.
Sometimes. Some people take way much longer. But
my
in my
gosh.
case, I think it was fast.
Okay. Is there like any chance that you can, pay the application fee and still not get accepted?
So there's a rule. So
Okay.
if you don't get hired within 90 days after you start your OPT, you have to go back to your own country. You get kicked out if you don't get a job.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? Because the government cannot let you to just stay how much long as you want. So if you don't get a job, even though you applied with a couple $100,
Yeah.
and you don't get a job in 90 days, you'll get kicked out of the country, and you just have to go back to your own country. You can't stay in the States.
Do they not refund the money?
No.
I feel like that's so crazy to me. I feel like that is so insane to me.
I know. A lot of people don't know about it if they're not
Yeah.
international students or...
I didn't know about it, but
Yeah,
thank
I've
you for...
never I've never heard of refund. I don't think so.
That's crazy. That's
Well,
so-
maybe I'm wrong, but I've never heard about it.
No, yeah, it's okay. I'll probably do some more research about it because I feel like that is like bonkers to me.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I can like tell. Oh my gosh. I feel kind of bad for the international students. Is that okay to say? Like I kind of feel
Yeah,
bad.
we struggle a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I'll do. I also wanted to bring up. We'll get back into your major, but I just want to, like, I'm so curious about this as well. The insurance that we were talking
Yes.
about, that baffles me. Like, you have to pay more money to get, like, it was like mental health insurance.
Yeah. So how it works is if international students pay for the original ASU tuition money for the insurance, like ASU insurance,
Yeah.
then it'll cost you like thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. And it's really expensive. And I think since it's a really high paying insurance, you get covered a lot more.
Yeah.
But most of the exchange students, they rather choose like another company's cheaper insurance that covers exchange students bare minimum
Yeah.
coverages. So we get to choose those. But if I had to choose the cheaper one because I don't have much money.
Yeah, that's
But
valid.
the basic insurance for exchange students, if you get to choose the cheaper one, it doesn't really cover mental or psychiatrists or therapists. So
That also baffles me. That's so insane. I feel like those should be included because, like, mental health is so important.
I know, but
That's so crazy. But
I mean, if you're rich and you have
Yeah.
enough money to pay for the ASU, like the proper insurance, then maybe it covers medical for mental or,
yeah.
psychiatrist or anything. But I just couldn't afford it, so.
No, that's so valid. Like, healthcare already is, like, expensive. Like, going to
Yes.
therapy is already expensive. So, like, I do not blame anyone who wouldn't pay, like, a lot of more
Yeah.
money for it, even if it does cover a lot. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, because it was really hard for me to prepare the tuition money for a whole year.
Yeah.
And I have to keep up with my grades because if I don't, like if I fail one class and if like one semester gets longer, it means I need to pay for one more semester.
Yeah.
And I don't have money for that. I only have money for January till December this year, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just think that's crazy.
I know, it's a little bit of a sad reality.
Yeah, it really is. But I want to switch to a happier note.
Yeah.
So I just want to know a little bit, like, about you. What do you like to do in your spare time? Is there any hobbies that you enjoy
Wow.
that you want to flex about? Is there any, like, skill you're good at either?
I love gym. Gym is my therapy spot.
I love gym.
I love to lift. I just love going to the gym. It's kind of like my safety spot. So I try to go there. I used to go there every day last year, but starting this year, I haven't been consistent. I don't have time. So I try to go as much as possible, at least 2 to 3 times a week. And it's been the best thing.
I feel like 2 to 3 times a week is, like, a good
Amount.
amount. That way you're
Yes.
not, like, overworking yourself and stuff. Because I feel like you're always at the radio. Like, even being on here, I, like, genuinely thank you for coming in and being my
Thank
guest.
you for inviting me. This is really good because I think nobody ever asked me, like, what do you do in your spare time? It's just so interesting question.
I like knowing what people do in their spare time, especially if I'm interviewing them, because, like, I want to, like, know them deeper as a person, like, before I get into, like, their major and all. That way I can, like, see what kind of person they are. But, like, you're so sweet. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Is there anything else that you like to do?
Recently, I've been, I used to be a social media, digital content producer at Fox West Texas. And I still love editing. And I love fashion. I love makeup. And I think... So basically what I'm trying to tell is I created a new TikTok account and I'm trying to more post on Instagram as well. I'm trying to like utilize my social media to like show my passion for fashion and like my makeup and like clothings. And it's been really fun for me. Like, of course, Instagram has more views, but I just started a TikTok account. And even though it doesn't have a lot of views, but it kind of gives me like a comfort place to like express myself.
Yeah.
So creating contents has been like a new hobby for me.
I always see your like TikToks as soon as you like posted it on your Instagram to your story. I was like, oh, follow immediately. Let me get her.
Thank you.
Like, I also really love your Instagram page. Like it's like the layout is just so pretty.
Thank you.
Like your outfits are always eating.
Aww.
Like you just always look great. I love it. I love your page. It's just so like aesthetically pleasing. I love it.
I think it's the contents for fashion. I think it's kind of rooted from when I started modeling when I was in Korea, and then now I don't do modeling anymore. The last time I did was I modeled for like a brow business in this town. But other than that, I haven't been modeling, so I really miss the times being in front of camera.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm really utilizing the contents these days. But thank you for enjoying my contents.
Of course, like I love it. I always like all of your posts. I love it. Well, I try to. It's just like anytime I like see them on my page, I'm like. And also, you just look so good on camera, and I'm like, wow, I work with this person.
I do not right now, but
No, well, these cameras, I love our cameras. They do not do me justice at all.
I only look good when I sit in that place.
I feel like it's the opposite for me. This is just not doing me justice.
Yeah, it's just.
So, now I want to ask one more question before we get into your major. We're almost there, I promise. But why did you choose Angelo State University?
Ooh. So when I was in Korean Dongdok Women's University, I've always wanted to go to an exchange student program, and I saw the list, and Angelo State University had the cheapest option. If you get into this general student type A or something, like general student type, they told us that we can get our tuition waived. But in order to get that tuition waived, general student type position at Dongdok Women's University was really competitive. Like it was one person or either two person for the whole university getting picked out. And I got in! Yay!
I'm so glad you're here.
I studied really hard to get my GPA up to more than 4.0.
More than?
Yeah, so in Korea, 4.5 is the maximum.
Oh.
So if you're over like 4.0, then you're like,
That's so cool.
So I really tried hard. I got into the 4.0. And then I had to write like ton of essays and like ton of exams, and I got in. So
Yay.
I was really happy. That's how I got into ASU.
I'm so glad.
Thank you.
I love you. I'm so glad you're here, like genuinely.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you got accepted. Yes. So tell me about your major. Like, what kind of classes are you taking right now?
So, wow.
I'm sorry.
No. It's a really, really good question because I'm figuring out that too right now because this is my first time. Of course, this is my first semester as a master's student, and I'm taking two classes that are 8-week courses, and one of them is marketing management. One of them is programming for data science. So basically, marketing management is you learn about marketing management. And for the video, there was like a recent project to create like a commercial. So I love editing. So I was really enjoying the video project. I submitted that. For programming for data science, I do Python.
Python.
That's a computer coding language.
Oh.
So I learned those. So these are the two classes I'm taking right now. And for future classes, I believe there's like human resources classes for like HRs. I saw there was data analysis class that I want to take. There's like business, computer science, marketing. Like there's all sorts of stuff mixed up.
So for your classes, you said you had to create a commercial?
Yes.
What was your commercial about?
Thank you for asking.
Do tell.
I can show you guys the video.
Yes.
So it was like a project. You can either create a service or a product, and you get to create a commercial for that.
Ooh.
And what I created was a thing called Glow Ride, and it's a shortened word for Global Ride.
Ooh.
And I created this service, like an Uber service, for San Angelo international students to have comfortable rides.
Ooh.
And the way how it works was, I know there's a lot of Korean population on this campus for exchange students, and I believe the few people who have vehicles can be the drivers and give group rides to other international students, and they would get the incentives and like some sort of fee towards them. And the other parts of the fees will be supporting like Cambodian Student Association or Korean Student Association. Yeah, so I thought this would be a really good money cycling and service for international students.
That's really interesting.
Thank
and
you.
Also, I know I say this a lot, but like I love how inclusive that is. Like
Aw.
I love that.
Thank you.
Of course, it's amazing.
And that was pretty much of my goal too, because I know Korean people hang around with Korean people a lot, and Vietnamese students tend to hang around with Vietnamese students a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, there's so many international students from like Myanmar, Africa, Senegal, French, Italian. Maybe this would be like a start for them to kind of communicate all together, like having the rides together and sharing their struggles together.
Yeah.
So this is the commercial that I created.
Can I play it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play it. Is there a way I can like show the camera, or
I
would you
think you
want
can
me
just
to?
like show it to
Okay.
them like that.
Okay. Hi guys.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully y'all get this. I want to see it too though. Oh. No. Okay.
No, we can't see it, but you
That's
can see it
upsetting.
and tell people.
Yeah. Ooh.
So it starts off with like a conversation like, hey, can I get a ride? I'm an international student. And everyone's like, hey, I don't have time for that. There's like a checklist. Are you an international student or not?
Yeah.
Expensive Uber fees. All the struggles are listed out there. And then it starts off
I'm gonna
with,
turn this down a
yeah.
little bit. This is so cool. You made this?
Yes.
This looks like an actual commercial, guys.
Thank
I wish
you.
y'all could see it. Oh my gosh. That looks so cool. I mean, if this was like an actual app, like I'm sure people would use it. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, of course. Oh my
So
gosh.
basically,
Yeah.
Glow Ride is a service that I created,
That's
like
so
imaginary. And I got 200 out of 200.
Yay!
Yay!
Of course That's like, it looks like an actual commercial. Like I wish that people could see it, but
Thank
like
you so much.
I bet it just looked kind of weird.
I'll upload it on my Instagram soon. So
Can we like cut that part out actually? Can we like edit that part out? But like that's really, really cool.
Thank you.
Of course. What did you use for it, if you don't mind me asking?
What do you mean?
Like to create the
Oh,
commercial.
Canva.
Canva? Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so cool.
I know. Like,
You're so talented.
so really fun thing about Canva is, you know, people think on a professional level, Adobe Premiere Pro is like the main editing thing that you can use.
Yeah, I see
But-
that a lot.
Canva looks like a toy, but it actually does like 80 to 90% of the job that Premiere Pro does.
Ooh.
And if you really get into all of these functions bit by bit, it really does all of the job that it does.
That is so
So
cool.
yeah, why would you not use Canva? You know?
Honestly, do you have Canva Pro? Or
Yes.
Okay. That's so cool. I've been like, I see like a lot of people actually use Canva, but I was just like,
It kind of looks like a toy, you know?
Yeah, it does, but like, oh my gosh, that's like like it genuinely looks amazing.
Thank you.
Of course. So, my next question is, do you have a favorite class right now? I know you only have like 2, but or we could like talk about the past as well. Did you have a favorite class in the past?
Well, I think right now for my master's, I'm really enjoying my Python classes. I really never thought I would love computer coding
Yeah.
because that's like what robots do. That was me like a few years ago. I was like, that's what robots do. I don't know, like 0 and 1 going up and down, and I don't
Yeah.
know, but it actually helps me understand how to how apps has inputs and outputs. How's there like a system for like apps and programs.
Yeah.
And it's really fun for me to understand those things, and I feel like I'm becoming a robot, but it's really funny.
I like the inputs and outputs of like a video game or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's actually really interesting. Like if you press A, this will happen.
Yes.
Like that's cool. Like
Exactly.
it's crazy that we came from like, you know, like the 1700s to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like 300 years, but like still I feel like that's not a lot of time, but like it's so
Right?
cool how like much we have advanced.
Right.
I just think it's really amazing.
So for me, it's like it's really fun for me to like,
Yeah.
whoa, so humans do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
literally. Like wow, like I get what you mean by like feeling like a robot.
Uh-huh.
It sounds I want to try like coding. I remember when I was younger, I had to take like a class. I can't remember if it was like a coding class or not, but
Was it like C++ or JavaScript or?
I can't really remember. It's like for children. Like they had like little characters and
Right.
you would put like the input
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
would play it.
Those are like coding games for
Yes.
children.
It was really fun. I think it was in my computer class in like elementary school or something. But it was really, really fun. But I haven't done any coding since then. I kind of want to try it because I genuinely think it's cool as well. Do you have a least favorite class?
Would be the same class. Okay. This love and hate relationship with Python.
Yeah.
Ooh, it goes crazy. Because if you miss like a single apostrophe or something, the whole coding is wrong, and I don't know
Yeah.
what's wrong. And sometimes when it works, the code works, and I'm like, why does it work? Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So it's really a love and hate class.
I feel like that's a good thing though. That way it like kind of like will motivate you to be like, okay, this small little mistake caused everything to mess up. So like now I can, you know, really pinpoint or like pay more like attention.
Yes.
Not saying that you don't pay attention.
No.
But like, I guess like a deeper look into
I know.
it.
That's the thing. So when I do coding, I don't have to talk to any other people rather than just focusing on my MacBook.
Yeah.
But that's pros. And the cons is I don't talk to people at all. A senior guy told me coding is supposed to be lonely. So I'm just here all day like,
just on the computer.
yeah.
So, what kind of coding have you like done? Like, is it like assignments that you have to do for coding?
So, yes, I have 2 assignments every week.
Ooh. Oh wow.
For only that class, and assignments are basically so for example, if you had a class about inputs and outputs, you would get to have assignments for inputs and outputs. If you had classes for files, I don't know, whatever that subject was, you get those assignments and you get to code them in Google. There's like a Google form that I can use, and the coding comes out as AI. Like there's like a supporting system that can help you write codes. So yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, that's interesting. How long does it usually like take you to finish an assignment? Be honest.
I don't know about assignment, but to understand like one chapter, it takes me more than 6 hours.
Oh wow.
Yes. If I have to like really get into it. So for like the first when I first tried out Python, it took me like more than 6 hours. But now I kind of cracked the code how to study. The studying sheet? How do I say it? Resources.
Oh yeah. I don't even. I couldn't even remember.
Now I kind of cracked the code how to study my resources. So it doesn't take much as up as 6 hours, but if I really get into it and understand single part one by one, it takes at least 4 hours, I think.
That's insane.
I guess
is
I'm
a
a slow
lot.
learner because
that's
I'm really
valid.
new
That's
to
valid.
Python.
That's really valid, honestly. I'm not judging.
No,
by the
no,
way.
no, no,
I didn't
I
want to
know.
be like, wow, okay. No, like that's not.
No, honey, no.
Like, wow.
I know, it's like so
Like,
hard.
Your like whole day is basically taken up. How do you cope with that? Or I guess like what motivates you to like not give up on that?
Wow, that's a really good question.
Is there anything that like you're like, oh, once I do this, I feel like okay again? Like, is it like, could you probably take a break or for a certain amount of time and then go back into it? Or
I think my motivation is kind of like my motto, life motto is kind of like there's nothing you learn and that's going to be like a waste of time. So I know I want to do video editing and like marketing. I still want to do modeling and acting.
yeah.
But this is kind of like a plan A or B for my life options. If I get into a STEM industry, then I would get paid a lot for coding. If I do have some sub-knowledges for coding, it could be an help, even though I'm not onto a professional level of creating a app or something. You know, maybe this knowledge can help me in the future. So I don't just want to waste my time and my tuition money to just all be about grades. I just want to actually learn how this works. So I think that kind of keeps me up.
That's valid, especially like with the tuition part, because like tuition is expensive. And then if you like don't do well in your classes, it's honestly like, well, what is the point anymore? So that's very motivational.
Thank
honestly,
you.
Of course.
You're so sweet.
Of course. So I have one more question for you, and then we will kind of start to wrap it up. Yes. You live off campus,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And you pay rent as well?
Yes.
How difficult is that for you? Because you're spending most of your time with schoolwork. You're also here a lot of the time. Do you have any time for free time at all? I'm sorry. Is it okay that I asked this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was thinking if I have free time.
Okay. Okay.
I do. Actually, I do. So, wait. Is this the question about how I pay my rent, or do I have my free time?
Free time.
Free time?
Yes.
I think I do.
Okay.
I think if I make myself, like, get up in the morning a little bit early and get to work, and then fill my 4 or 5 hours, or, like, 3 hours, and then I eat something real quick, and then I come back to the library, finish my quizzes, I eat something at home, I go to the gym, and then I can kind of see my boyfriend for, like, an hour or two.
Yeah.
I think that's when I kind of relax.
Okay.
And then I have to go back to my place again to shower and dry my hair. And then I wake up again and it's over every single day.
Oh my gosh. So, like, you're, like, busy every single day.
I know. I'm so sleepy right now.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for bringing you in.
No, this is so fun. I'm kind of
my
hyper
gosh.
because I took a lot of coffee today.
Okay. Well, that's good. Coffee, I found, makes me sleepy. Which is, like, not a good thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Energy drinks do the same thing. But, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for being here. I feel so bad.
No, this was so fun, guys.
Okay, good.
Beyond Grace's show, she does it every week. She schedules it the week before, and it'll be uploaded next week. But we have a spring break, so this will be uploaded right after spring break. And thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course,
it
thank
has
you
been
so much.
so fun.
Thank you for being on here. I genuinely appreciate it. I look up to you so much.
Me too.
You're such a sweet person. I will see y'all after spring break.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Are we good? Are we good? Press stop.